What is going on, guys? This Steeler here, back again with yet another video. How is everybody doing? I'm doing phenomenally. Thanks for asking. Today we're talking about E3, we're talking about Xbox, we're talking about the best version of Multiplats, we're talking about brand new IP, we're talking about a lot of shit today. But before we do, maybe a shameless plug or five. I want to let you guys know that I'm doing a massive giveaway on Twitter, Battlefield 1. If you haven't jumped in on this game, this is the perfect chance to do so, and doing it for free. Just follow me on Twitter and enter the giveaway I am doing. It is that simple, and it's a great time to actually pick up Battlefield 1 because I think we'll have a Scorpio patch for that game for obvious reasons. And also, I am hosting Xbox Beastfire podcast. It's just a group of friends talking about the latest news, our opinions, fucking around. It's a good time. We're gonna have a special guest. I encourage all of you to show up. Thanks for all the support there, and obviously you can follow me on Twitter at dealer_gaming to actually join that giveaway and take your chances. It's going to be fucking awesome. And today we've got some pretty good news from Phil Spencer. Now, if you guys did not know, he was on a YouTube channel called Xbox On here recently, and he did go into some detail on third-party support and what he is already seeing on Project Scorpio. Now, for one, he's confirmed that he's already playing Xbox Scorpio. He's got one in his house. He's been playing it in his house for over a month now. And secondly, he has confirmed that they are already seeing, keyword already, the best versions of third-party multiplats. He did go into detail on who Scorpio is for, because we always get that comment. He said it's for the people that want to play the best versions of third-party games on console. So if you're a console guy, then you're going to want to play and buy your multiplats on Xbox this year, the same way that, hey, maybe you bought it on PS4 the year before, and really the exclusives, either play them on PC or buy the console for it. It really doesn't matter. I don't think Microsoft care, or they wouldn't have put their games on PC. So obviously, if you're a console guy, you're a console guy. If you're a PC guy, you're a PC guy. The same way you may be a console guy. It really doesn't matter. You prefer what you prefer, right? So he did go into detail on that, and he also did a pretty good interview here recently where he said we're upping our investment with first party and committed to innovate there. So you can tell in this interview he's really going at maybe some of the people that are giving him feedback. He really wants to send a message out there to some people, and this is what he had to say about the situation with the games. He says, right now the focus is really on the content that we're building. He goes in to say, I know I get some community pushback on our first party situation and what position we're in, and I wanted to say to those people, the same level of commitment you felt from myself and the team as we've evolved the platform over the 3 years, as we've evolved the service over the 3 years, as we've evolved and innovated the hardware over the last 3 years, is going with our first party. So basically, look at what they've been doing with the updates, look at what they've been doing with Xbox Live and how they've improved it there. Looking at Scorpio and the hardware, they are really on their A game, and they're saying they're putting that effort, they're putting that full force into their first party development right now, and that's great. I really can't complain about that. He also goes in to talk about big single-player games, yes, and they are not dying on Xbox platform. They are definitely doubling down and reinvesting. He says the audience for the big story-driven games, I won't say it isn't as large, but they're not as consistent. You'll have things like Zelda or Horizon Zero Dawn that'll come out, and they'll do really, really well, but they don't have the same impact as they used to have, because the big service-based games, things like multiplayer games, etc., are capturing such a large amount of the audience. Sony's first-party studios do a lot of these games, and they are good at them, but outside of that, it's difficult. They become more and more rare. He also goes into detail on how difficult a decision things like microtransactions and things might be for certain teams. You know, me personally, I think they make enough money on DLC alone to just negate the need for something like a microtransaction and a full price title, but obviously not every studio is the same. The smaller games perhaps struggle a bit more than companies that make, you know, 1.5 billion a year in profit off DLC alone, like EA, right? So it is what it is. Ultimately, what should you take away from this interview? I don't know, guys. I think, and I've said this before on a podcast, I think maybe over the next year and a half to 2 years, there may be a lull in terms of new IP, new fresh IP, because Phil Spencer's gone on record. He doesn't want to unveil shit, years and years out anymore. He doesn't want to do what he's done with Sea of Thieves. He doesn't want to do what he's done with Quantum Break. and I don't want them to do that either. But I also want to be excited. I also want to see new things. So it's really kind of a hard choice here. And in regards to new IP, you may get some great things like State of Decay 2 or Unreal Engine 4 and the new Forza and maybe Halo 6 next year and maybe a trailer for a new Fable here soon. That would be great. We want those games. Those games are great. They've always been great. But in terms of brand new things that really push the bar, it may be a little bit. You know, they just now are doubling down on IP. They finally got the Universal Windows platform working correctly and doing what they wanted to do efficiently, and they've got Play Anywhere working right as well. And Phil said that was one of his first main goals for the first 3 years, was to get that up and running. And now that that's done, they can really invest in first party, and it's good to hear. More games is good, more options are good, and that's one thing that PlayStation has right now, is a lot of that third party support that Microsoft doesn't necessarily have in terms of some of the Japanese games that some people like, right? It's not for everybody, but options are good. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down below. Obviously subscribe for all the latest news, E3, Project Scorpio, and the like. I'm Dealer. I'm out.